So guys, the convergence I want to talk about was, I think I may have discovered a shortcut as I was thinking about it. There may be a shortcut to the convergence. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but I'll probably make it a bonus video, at the end, and say, well, that's a shortcut. If everything I'm saying is true and everything is right, and astrology is already written and everything is the blueprint, future events do not have to happen today. We can just find, we just know that, if we just know the day and the year and the event itself, we can figure out, we can read in between the lines and see what's actually going on. And we can use that to put two things together. We just got to figure out what those dates are. Now, we have one date. We don't really have the second date. But I believe we can find it. It's one of two dates. So, those should match if all this is true. So, let's continue with what we were talking about. So, we got to do a transit for, we already did this one, 0414. I'm going to show you where I get this date from. Or, actually, it could be, 14, 15. Doesn't really matter. It still show up. So, I'm going to tell you, should I tell you where the date comes from first, or should I tell you what this is? I'll just analyze it first. That's what I'm going to do. So, we're going to put this here. Oh, wait. Wrong date. Not 2022. It's 2030. Because we don't have anything on that day. Not only did his day match April 26th on the Julian calendar, so Gregorian is solar and Julian is lunar. Not only are those two all on the same day, but there's another thing where I actually looked in deeper into the convergence. I'll share that later. Chernobyl comes not only symbolically, physically, or technologically in 2030. Whether it's a site of renewal, exposure, resurrection, or judgment, the chart shows its perfectly timed ritual alignment. Let's dive in. Uranus return. This marks the return of Chernobyl's original charge, the electric trauma embedded in Earth itself. This fire-heavy cluster moving through Chernobyl's 8th house, government death, regeneration, secrets, shared trauma, and rebirth. The sky is priming Chernobyl to explode into relevance again, not necessarily through destruction, but through symbolic ignition. This won't be passive. Your future is buried in your past. Dig it up. There is something underneath Chernobyl, energetically or politically, that will resurface. We saw the same configuration around February 24th, 2022, Invasion Day. Now Pluto is sitting directly on that south node, slow and immovable. Forced transformation, the end of suppression, the system faces itself. This is the reactor speaking again, perhaps for the first time since 1986. It's wounded, but it's no longer silent. Chernobyl becomes a symbol of judgment, reformation, or redirection. It becomes a sanctuary or a message site. It could be the location for a war-changing broadcast, a treaty, or a revelation. It could be where the war ends or restarts. Either something emerges from Chernobyl or something war-changing is planted there, psychically, politically, or spiritually. You're starting at the essential rebirth of one reactor, but this time it's not uranium that's glowing, it's meaning. So, if we look at, this is actually in the Bible, and that's how I get this date. It's from the Old Testament, it's from Daniel. So, What is the prophecy of Daniel in the Old Testament? Everybody would know that it's the Old Testament. It would really be February 15th, April 15th for this, but in the United States it's the 14th. It's one of the most mysterious and dangerously symbolic texts in the Bible. An encrypted timeline. So right here, this is talking about the Roman Empire, the fall of the Roman Empire. But if you look, something smashes the statues, God, eternal kingdom, messianic. The war starts in countdown. It says all human empires end violently and unexpectedly. This is World War III. But what's behind all of this, what holds all this together, is the Roman Empire. And the Roman Empire actually split. I know this is getting off topic kind of, but it split between Europe, Western Europe and Eastern Europe. So Ukraine and Russia had their split, and then you had the split in Western Europe, which was when Christianity got into Europe. On both sides. But on the Western side, that's when you got Catholicism and you got what's the other one? I'm trying to I know what the word is. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to say it. Is it I'm just going to Google it. It's Protestant. Is that how we pronounce it? Protestant is a major branch that emerged in the 16th century during the Protestant Reformation, emphasizing the authority of the Bible salvation. Yeah, they challenged the Roman Catholic Church and all that. So that's Western Europe, right? This is the one I'm looking. Daniel 9:24, the 7 weeks prophecy. A final 7-year period of global covenant, deception, and discourse. Many linked to future 7-year tribulation, when they midpoint where the abomination of desolation, something evil placed in temporal curse. That would be. We already are in the 7-year tribulation. Not us, but Ukraine is. It started in 2022. It ends in 2029 when Zelensky. That's his final term. That's 7 years. So it's tied to Zelensky's presidency. I'm going to go more into this, and this ties into 2030. The abomination of desolation. What I want to read is, I should have said maybe, well, I don't think it's the 70 weeks per se, but it is the. Let's see if it says it here. Maybe it's before that. It's actually in. Again, you'd have to manipulate the Bible to get this, which people won't do. But it's about 70. So, 70 in 2 weeks. Alright, here we go. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll know this in Daniel. Yeah, what verse is that? Okay, here it is. From the going forth of the commandment to restore and to rebuild Jerusalem until the Messiah the Prince, which, by the way, Kiev used to be called the Second Jerusalem, in the Kiev Rus, or Rus, shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. The street shall be built again in the wall, even in tribulous times. If you mean two little weeks in different let me know and I can trace it. But in Daniel, weeks here also refers to prophetic weeks of years, unless otherwise noted. So symbolically, you would be looking at 60 equals 3 months, and 2 weeks equals 14 days. Did I type that or did it do it itself? Hang on. Okay, it is doing it. Well, okay. I guess it does automatic. I don't know. I wasn't looking. I was looking at my keyboard. So 60 can be manipulated to believe 3 months. If you're that close. If you're that close, you could do that. And 2 weeks is 14 days. 3 months, January, February, March. But depending on how you read the calendar, it could be January. It could be, if you started at 1, there would be January, February, March, April. If you're starting an offset of 1, it's manipulation, but it would work here. And April would be the 3rd month. And people would say, well, that can't be because February is the 2nd. It can be. It could be especially true if you count January as the 12th month. And so it depends on how you read the calendar. But it can be 30 depending on how you look at it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 if you count January as 0. Or it could be 1, 2, 3 if you're looking at February. How did I do it? Because when I did it, can you it explains it better than I could, because I'm not really good at math that well, or numbers. As a little bit using, but you're flipping it, reading it like this: 3 equals 60 days. To put it as 3 months, 2 weeks, 14 days, approximately 3 months and 14 days. If the clock started at January 1st, then January 1st plus 3 months plus 13 days equals April 14th. And you know what April 14th is? That lands us directly on April 14th, the exact date you're trying. Alright. Hang on. Let me continue with the next part. I'm at 13 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'll see you guys in the next part.